Here we go. Gaaniru Iroku's here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. He's our last guest, but he's no stranger to the show. We've been hanging out with him for a little bit. General Manager of D1 Training Ridge Hill. And he's here with us to speak about how he and his team are helping others reach their health and fitness goals in 2025. Welcome to the show, my brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right.
Welcome
Here
to
we
be
go.
back.
Gaaniru,
yeah.
I was going to pronounce it the other way, but Gaaniru.
Yes.
Iroku.
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 Yeah.
Iroku.
Yeah.
Cool. Got it now. Gaaniru Iroku. So you've been doing this for a little bit. D1, talk about D1 and what it means and all that stuff and how you got started in this.
Yeah. D1 is home of the athlete. We train scholastic ages from ages 7 all the way up to 18. We also train adults as well. We help you choose a goal, right? That's our moniker. You choose a goal, we'll help you get there.
Yeah.
So some people want to work on their speed. Some athletes want to work on strength training, losing weight. Whereas adults, a lot of times these were like former athletes at some point in their life, and they kind of
like
identify. So once you walk into our space, you'll start to, I guess, get that nostalgia, right? Where it's like, I remember what this was like training like an athlete. And we really like to create that atmosphere for our adults, which are people over 19 and up.
Yeah.
Right. And, you know, fun fact, after the age of 30, you're not likely to run full speed. You're not likely to sprint at all, right? So, and it applies. Some people. And that could be for me too. Like if I didn't still play football, I do think to myself, like I drive, I get out of my car, I go to where I go, then back into the car, you know? So it's like, how often am I really running? And D1 is a place, even for an adult, to tap into that inner athlete, right? That mobility, which is super important because you want to be at a certain age and still be mobile and fluid, and you might have family and, you know, generational thing.
There's something that they caught me running in a New York City marathon.
Did they?
But I still have my coat and everything on.
Okay.
So you know I wasn't running the whole thing. But I was broadcasting.
Yeah.
But I said, let me interview somebody that's running the Percy Sutton 1 mile area in Harlem. So I got out there and I was running with them.
Yeah.
After that I only ran 1 block, but after that 1 block, I was tired. I was running.
Yeah.
But I was tired as heck after that.
We don't really run as much as we should. Talking about, you know, the everyday person, right? You know, you got your fitness junkies who make it a priority to be running like 8 miles, 10 miles. But yeah, that's what we do for our adult programs, for sure.
Are these guys balling or what? I'm talking about football.
Yeah.
The wild card and all that stuff. These guys are going off.
Yeah.
Like each one is like it's like a Super Bowl within itself.
Yeah.
I enjoy this more than the Super Bowl.
I do, yeah, because the stakes are high, especially, you know, right now you have like the wild card teams. This is when the fan bases are like very hopeful, right? Like, you know, the teams that just made in the playoffs. Yeah. That was us in New York, Giants, right?
Yeah,
the two times we went to the Super Bowl. I think one of them we entered as a wild card team. But just to touch on that, the athletes that we train, the scholastic age, talking about them, you know, one of the keys that we always teach in class is to train with intent, right? Meaning, you know, we don't want athletes to just come and think you're just passing time, or maybe your parents brought you here, or whatever the case may be. Be very intentional with the workouts that you're doing, the drills that you're doing. Put yourself in your field or court or tennis court, you know, like put yourself in those positions. So when you're doing these workouts, you're visualizing how it plays, you know what I mean, in your game. And the reason why that's so important is you just spoke on the playoff atmosphere, right? All those players that you saw this past weekend have done hundreds of mental reps before the game. They did not wait till the game before they started thinking on what they were going to do weeks in advance, even when they're doing their drills, like they're putting themselves in the game. And we always prioritize our athletes to do the same exact thing.
Yeah, and you try to visualize what you're going to go through and how you want it to work and how you see the thing in a successful way.
Absolutely.
Somebody just starting out, what do you tell them? What do they have to do? What are some of the steps they need to take?
Well, give yourself grace, number one. At D1, we prioritize programming. The thing about an athletic training facility is we're trying to get you to point A to point B
Yeah.
as fast as possible. So what that means for someone that's coming in, you may walk in and you may see people who are doing the most and lifting the heaviest and things like that, and you might feel like you're out of place. But everyone starts somewhere, right? And that's the good thing about our programs. We bring you on a week to week. Every single progression that you made, 1 week, you're maximizing off of the prior week, and we build you up. So you just give yourself grace, take your time, learn your body, right? We do testings for you to know your body, to know what your body is capable of doing. And we just slowly just shatter and break those goals.
I'm smiling because I started working with this personal trainer. My birthday is in March.
Hey, what day?
March 27th.
I'm March 6th.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So I started, I think I started in February, and I wanted to go all the way through past my birthday and be like, kind of in shape when my birthday hit. So the guy was trying to find out how old I was. And he was making me do, young kid stuff. I was like, I said, I'm hanging out.
Yeah.
He said, Joe, and he's asking me questions pertaining to trying to figure out where I was, because I was trying to do everything that he put me on to.
Yeah.
But then I said, well, wait a minute. Give me some time in between to catch my breath. He said, no, you got to get in the habit of keep going. You got to keep going.
Yeah.
I said, but just let me breathe a little bit more before I get on to the next thing.
Yeah.
And he said, all right, well, I'll work with you. Mm-hmm. It was a tough thing, but it was good.
It was good.
It turned out well.
And that's why you have a trainer, right? Another thing at D1 is we push you, right? We want you to get those results and for you to get the goals that you were looking for. But more importantly, we love when we have clients that they get to their goal and then they get to more, and they had no idea that was even possible, right? You might come in saying, hey, I just want to lose like 15 pounds. And then boom, you lost 25. And you're like, I didn't even know that was possible, right? That's some of the things that we love to push and drive to at D1.
And then people come to you, they say, you look a little different, you look a little brighter. What's you're doing something. What you doing?
As people, we love social status, man. It is what it is, right? So fitness is related to that some way, shape, or form. Yeah. Where you want to look good for your family. You haven't seen your family in a while, or you want to look good because back in the pandemic days, the remote was ending. It was time to go back in the office, so everyone was trying to shape up to look good, right? Because we were all sitting around. Everything is linked to some level of social, right? Some people internally want to feel good too. Don't get me wrong.
It helps with everything. Libido. I mean, your girl says, hey, what you been working on?
Yeah, like when you feel. When you're mobile and you're able to move around, it does exude confidence like no other, right? Just being at a certain age and still moving and still operating, it's really good.
So you've been doing it for some time now, and you said people can start at any age.
People can start at any age, yeah.
What does D stand for?
Division. So D1 stands for Division 1.
Division 1, yes.
Yeah, Division 1, top colleges in the country. The reason why we call ourselves Division 1 is because when you go to a Division 1 facility, the reason that they usually get the top athletes is because they have the top resources, right? Top of the line training facilities, personal trainers, fitness plans.
I get it.
What we do is we take those same resources and we give them to our athletes in our facilities, giving them the edge. The athletic edge to train. Yeah. Now, how we do that is we are backed by former D1 athletes such as Chris Paul, Tim Tebow, Peyton Manning, just to name a few. Yeah. These guys are all a part of our team to help ensure that we're giving that Division 1 programming, hence the name D1.
There you go. How important is eating?
Eating is very important.
I mean, not just to be eating, but I'm talking about to go along with the workout and the D1 program.
Yeah, it's very important. Eating is important as you are a teenager developing, right? You want to make sure you're eating the right foods, things like that. It's really important if you're on the older side, right? Where you want to preserve your body, make sure that you're eating the right things. It's also important for weight loss. You might want to increase your protein intake. Kind of count your macros, which is a whole nother thing to get into, right? Yeah. But eating is really important. I would say you shouldn't skip that aspect when you're working out, for sure.
What are some of the exercises that you do for for older adults?
For all that, you could do resistance bands if you don't want to do the weights. We can do the weights. That's the whole point of when you first come into our facility, we do what we call a fitness assessment.
Yeah.
That's where we test you on a range of things.
That's good.
Mobility,
That's good, yeah.
strength. And in those readings, the results, it lets us know if we want to start with weights. Can we still do weights? Do we want to focus on resistant bands? Do we want to do just calisthenics? It all ranges, and that's the beauty of fitness, right? It's to each his own, in a sense. So yeah, but for older people, I would say definitely resistant bands, definitely calisthenics, and work our way up to weightlifting for sure.
But it feels good being in shape, I tell you that.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
You're right about the confidence and the whole mental and the whole thing that goes along with it. You know.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
like it.
Yeah, it's you telling your brain that you have a certain level of discipline, right? When you know you have a certain level of discipline, it exudes that confidence.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Where can we go for more information to giving me a hard rap right here?
No worries. You can find us on Instagram at D1RidgeHill_. That's where we drop all of our stuff. We got a lot of fun, exciting things on there, and soon to come, going into Q1 of the new year, which is the most important time of fitness. So definitely please reach out, follow, share, and yeah.
Say it with me. Gaaniru
Iroku.
Iroku.
Yes.
There you go.
You just told me to progress in life.
That's what it means.
That's
right?
what it means.
Progress
Yeah.
in life.
Progress, yeah.
Move forward. Progress in life.
There
Move
you go.
forward.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.